Good evening, good day, good whatever time you're listening to this. I'm Josh.
And I'm Marichen.
Welcome back to another episode, and this is take two of this particular episode.
Woohoo! Take two. Oh my gosh, so fun.
Yes.
Don't you love doing take twos?
Yeah, so I made a boo-boo last episode. I made a couple of boo-boos that I have to address, but we'll start with the first one. We recorded a full, nice, great podcast, and it did not record my lovely co-host side. And I can explain this because I actually had to use OBS for work. So I was recording a video how to do something. For those who don't know, I can get a little bit into my job, but I can't. One of my best friends says I do government work, which I really don't. But I can kind of say but not say because of contractual reasons. Essentially, what I was doing was giving a tutorial on how to use one of the products that I help support. So I'm in product support. We have some products that will, it was teaching like a how-to, but not, it was like a deeper how-to, like insider tips. And, this might help you do something faster. So, for me, I was using it for that, and I happened to mute the settings for desktop audio to make sure I wasn't capturing anything. So, my dumbass self forgot to switch it back on, thinking, I have everything set up for the podcast. I don't have to check anything. I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. Speaking of that, I have a couple of redactions. And you know who you are. You're listening right now. You would yell at me until I actually fix this. So our last episode, we were shouting out some of our favorite non-white artists. I unfortunately said the wrong group that Beyonce was in. It's Destiny's Child. I apologize. I just wanted to put that out there that I know what I'm talking about, but it was just a slip of the mind. It happens. And then in another episode, we were talking about Paramore's Grammys and how I was still salty and angry that they lost Hey Soul Sister. They lost to Hey Soul Sister for their Grammy. But they were nominated for Best New Artist, and I had said they lost to Adele. No, they actually lost to Amy Winehouse, which, to me, actually reduces the sting because, I don't know about you, but I love Amy Winehouse.
Oh yeah, Amy is my girl. I love her. I am obsessed, and I had actually never seen the Amy documentary on Netflix until I was in quarantine in April whenever I was off work. Oh my gosh, it's so good. If you guys like Amy Winehouse and if you like documentaries, you will absolutely love this. It was so good. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was like 3 hours long. It's probably one of the longest music documentaries I've ever watched, but it was so good, so worth it.
Yeah, so worth it. It was so worth it also because I got my pressing of Back to Black as a Christmas gift.
Nice.
And I didn't have it up to that point, and I only knew a couple of her songs, but I listened to it last month, completely blown away.
Oh yeah, she's so talented, so good.
So good. It's a shame he lost her, you know?
Oh my god, I know. I can only imagine the things she could have done.
That's why we can cling on to those who, are here now, but also still enjoy what they brought to the table. You know? Sorry to start off on a depressing note.
We're hitting in my feels tonight. We didn't do that the other night.
No, all the feels. I have a little segment. This is not a ripoff of Family Guy, but we have a little grindy gear thing to talk about before we hop into the fun stuff. So I don't know about you, but I like Taylor Swift. I've been a fan for a couple of years. Actually, long time, like 12 years. So, she came out with her new album, Folklore, right?
Yes.
She decided to surprise a whole bunch of indie record shops with signed copies, signed CDs. I unfortunately did not get a copy. That's not why I'm angry. I'm okay with not getting a signed copy. Would it be nice to have? Sure. But I'm talking to my co-hosts here and those who have watched my YouTube channel. You know what my backdrop looks like. You've seen all the signed stuff I have, right?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm fine with not having a signed Taylor Swift, in all honesty?
I mean, yeah, I could see you being okay with it.
I'm fine with it. The thing I'm not okay with is all the damn scalpers.
Yeah.
So, she offers it to a couple of indie shops. One of my shops in my city actually got a few. I saw it too late, but I still congratulated them on actually getting copies because I didn't think anywhere in my city was going to get copies because she's never been here. You know, it's like, how could she even think to, like, Virginia Beach? Oh, because she's never performed here. I'm hoping Pharrell Williams, if we could get back to concerts, he got Foo Fighters were supposed to come in April of this past year for something in the Water Festival. I know he has the power to get Taylor Swift to perform here. So
petition it. Make it happen.
If that happens, I will gladly pay the $300 ticket for the week of the concert and take that week off in April.
Holy moly.
Well, it's a multi-day festival, and they actually had local parking. The local parking, which is at the amphitheater where I normally have my concerts, and you had to pay $30 to park there. But they would shuttle you down, and then they would stay the entire time, even past like when they were done, and shuttle you back up to your car. Now, I live 10 minutes from there. You know parking ain't going to be a thing. Even in like the normal summertime, parking is an issue down here. I live in a tourist town. I tried to see a local band. He was putting on a free show. Shout out to Bennett Wales. Bennett Wales and the Relief. Great guy. Great music. You know, he, during this whole quarantine, he's been doing a, offering up pay what you can, and he'll create you a song to try and make some extra money. He's also one of the, I hate to use this term clerk, but he's one of the guys that works in my favorite record shop, Vinyl Days Records. Shout out to them.
Nice.
I tried to go down to see him. I went early. For an hour, we tried to find a parking spot and couldn't find it.
Oh, wow.
For a free concert.
Man.
So you can imagine the chaos that would be there when it's that $100+ show and they're national acts. But what I do like is he offers free Sunday service, and that he brings national like gospel acts and church acts as a free show, as a free part of his whole festival thing.
It's nice.
So Pharrell is a well-known name around here. Also, Missy Elliott's is from here.
Really? So, I didn't know that.
I actually passed her house when I was learning how to drive.
That's cool. I knew you said Pharrell Williams was from there, but I didn't know Missy Elliott was from there. Yep. That's cool.
And what's funny is the group that came before us, she was actually out getting her mail and she waved.
Oh, man. That would suck. I hate myself after that. I'd be like, damn.
It's just cool, the knowledge that Pharrell was from here and Missy's from here. And Pharrell does so much good around here. He did something in the Water Festival. He's pushing for this venue that will be year-round surfing venue, like indoor surfing, to teach you how to surf. And then when it's like really cold out, it'll be climate controlled, and of course you can go surfing there. There's also supposed to be like a local small venue there, like a concert venue. So if you know Pharrell slaps his name on there, people will actually want to play there.
Yeah.
That's my one complaint about this area is, yes, I love the beach. Do I visit it that much? No, because of the people. But I love that I live in a tourist town. We need more parking, and we need a big ticket venue. Yes, we have an amphitheater, but most of it is the modern country artists. And what I mean by that is the ones that are like annoy you kind of artists.
I know what you mean. Nashville's got an amphitheater. Hardly anybody good comes there. You can tell the tone in my voice.
Maren Morris and Cassidy Pope are touring. They didn't even come around here. And I was pissed. I would love to have seen Maren Morris and Cassidy Pope together. You can tell we need a big venue to bring bigger artists around here. Not saying, back before all this was happening, I was supposed to, this summer, see Whitesnake and Sammy Hagar. We were getting Megadeth coming through here. Finally.
I was supposed to see Motley Crue. I'm still sad.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
All the tears.
Yep. We ain't salty. Hashtag we ain't salty.
Hashtag fuck Corona.
Yep. And also, hashtag what's the beef, Gramps?
Yeah. What is the beef?
Yeah. We haven't said it in the last couple of episodes, and even though I tag it, we have to say it.
What's the beef?
So getting back from a long tangent back to what I was saying about Taylor Swift.
Whoops.
Welcome to Tangent Land. Is so great when you have a podcast because you can trail off and then bring things back together because you have so many stories that you want to talk about and so many ideas that are going around in your head. So getting back to the thought. Cactus Music down in Houston had a couple of copies. I was tempted to text my uncle to ask him, but he doesn't understand why I collect, and it would be probably too much of a hassle, so I was like, I'll let somebody else have it. Then I saw eBay, one of the flippers had it from that record store. Oh, and do you follow Bull Moose at all on Twitter?
I don't.
Do you know how pissed they were that they saw one of their CDs on eBay?
Uh-oh.
They saw one of their CDs on eBay, and they didn't even have the courtesy to take off the price sticker.
Dang. Like, if you're gonna flip something like that, at least take the fucking price sticker off.
Also, you know what's a fuck you too? Some of these are dum-dums on some of their part, because we got a little more dum-dum to kind of go off of this too. So, a big old fuck you too. You're a dumbass because they also posted the top half of their receipt, which, if you know a receipt, it has a number. And if they were dum-dums to pay with credit card.
Has their credit card information.
No. It has their name. So, while it might not be on the receipt where we can see it, the store can see it and say, sorry, we are not going to give you business anymore.
Yeah. Although people should be careful because a lot of times when you use your card, it does have like the last 4 digits or whatever. So
yes,
hackers will get your information.
Yeah. So what we do in my place is we keep everything all kind of safe in one area. And then at the end of the year, if it's something big and important, we set it aside. If not, we shred it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you think it would stop there, right?
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't.
Oh, it does not.
Because it gets better.
So, I hop on Twitter every once in a while. I'm actually on vacation as of the recording of this. So, the only time I'm going to be checking my Twitter is on desktop. I've actually deleted it from my phone. And I noticed that, while I was waiting for Marichen here, my lovely co-host, to get back, I was checking my phone. And I'm like, that's a bad habit. So I deleted...
I find myself doing the same thing.
So I deleted Twitter off of there. I might actually delete Discord off of my phone, so I only check it when I'm on desktop.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just so I can be cleansed this week.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I don't care if I accidentally miss Taylor Swift twice in the same week, getting a chance for the signed CD. I was working. Mm-hmm. I was being a responsible adult. I'm not mad. I am not mad at that. I'm mad at these people because, talking about Twitter, I follow a bunch of Swifties on Twitter, and one, it was going around, she had called ahead, she paid over the phone, somebody impersonated her and got her copy.
Dang, but like, how did they know, like, what name to use to get her copy?
It's someone
it had to be somebody that knew her personally, right?
Yeah, she thinks it's someone she knew personally.
because no stranger's gonna like walk in and be like,
Hi, I'm
I'm
XYZ.
blankety blank, you know, yeah.
Good
I'm here to
news,
pick up
though.
my
Good news,
CD.
though. She found another shop and got her copy.
Well, hey, that's good.
Good at the end, but fuck you, whoever did that.
Yeah, that's low.
You know what's low is Taylor Swift actually put some of her signed CDs up on sale on her web store.
Oh, really?
I missed that as well. Like I said, I'm not salty because I was working at the time. And probably if I would have tried for it, it would have crashed and I wouldn't have gotten a copy. There's good news on that too. I can explain in a minute. But needlesandgrooves.com, I've talked about them before. It's a forum that was formed from the ashes of the Vinyl Me Please. Great place if you're a record collector. Great forum site. A bunch of great people on there. I cannot sing their praises enough. My best friend got me into that website, and I check it almost every day. Like, it is like me checking Twitter and Facebook, but not all the toxic stuff. Because everybody has their things that they love, and nobody hates on there, which is so great. They even have a politics place. When we're not in politics, but that's, if we want to do a politics podcast, that would be for another day. But it is so nice to have a non-toxic forum to go in and talk. Because some of us on there actually got copies, which is awesome. What I've turned this into is every time I see somebody getting a copy, I am going to praise the shit out of them.
Yeah, for real. That's a feat.
Beat the scalpers. You know what? If more people could take their disappointment and turn it into being happy for somebody, and then actually take, like what I was doing with the scalpers, was I a little sad earlier because I didn't get it? Of course. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. But hindsight's 2020 now. That's an extra $20 that I didn't spend because there's something that was announced that is really exciting. I'll get into in a minute. But so I'm seeing a whole bunch of people actually getting it. But there was a very disturbing comment. Somebody had said something along the lines of, however many she allotted, I'm seeing that almost exact same amount on eBay.
Yikes.
So the scalpers done got to that, but some of them were smart. They showed that they had gotten it, but they didn't show their order number. Except one.
Uh-oh.
You know what dumbass did?
Oh, do I want to know?
Dumbass basically tried to white it out digitally. You know, with like
that
rubbing
don't work.
it. That don't work because guess what? Part of your order number is just a little bit up. We have the power of the internet. Somebody has already emailed Taylor Swift's people, and I will bet you that a lot of these are going to get canceled.
His order gonna get canceled.
Like, okay, I get that if you get a secondary copy, like if somehow you miraculously got a second copy, you could sell it on eBay. That I'm fine with. But
don't sell it for like $100. Like, sell it for what you paid for. Like, that is what pisses me off about scalpers, is that they will buy something for $10 and then want $50, $60, $80. Like the record store day stuff that we're going to be talking about soon. People will go and buy these things and triple the price on eBay and Discogs and expect you to pay for it.
Guess what the highest how much money I want is on eBay right now? You're not going to guess it, but just guess it.
I'm going to go with like around $200.
$547.
Okay, I knew I should have went higher, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna go that high. Okay.
Now they do have a the vinyl record of Reputation signed. So that one they probably got met physically. That one would probably be a little bit worth more. But there's some that they put it in like a matte nice CD thing. They're like, yeah, give me $400 for this because I had it framed for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is That's crappy.
Majorly crappy. Also, I'm taking a look at some of these. Some of these fools decide to pay cash. They're smart to pay cash, but you still have a transaction number. And any good store is probably going to have you on CCTV. So
Yeah.
your ass might actually get banned. If an owner is worth their salts and checks eBay, they might make the investigative leap to not let your ass in a store anymore.
And those people deserve it.
Now, I can understand later down the line if, okay, let's say if later down the line, unfortunately, you have to sell it, okay? If it happens to be worth a little bit more, at least you waited and are not like, to try to get those people who are like, well, I don't feel like it, so I'm just going to pay triple the price because I don't want to go out. And mom and dad are making a lot of money, so it doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you love my disenchanted, disingenuous, rich boy voice?
Oh yeah, no, I get it though. Like, I totally understand where you're coming from, because those people will just be like, I'll just wait for it to come out on eBay and for those scalpers to put it up, and then I'll pay more than what it's actually worth. Why? Why do that? That I just don't understand.
Yeah. Now, here's a scalper that knows what they're doing because they got it certified. You know what? Some people could fake it, they had at least the gumption to take it off, but some people could probably fake this and try and make a buck off of it. At least if you're a scalper, I can applaud just one thing with this one scalper I'm looking at right now, because they had the smart idea to go get their signature certified.
There you go.
Because you never know. Like, if you're trying to make a little bit of money on it, I can see that. But there's another positive to this story. So you remember when I said a bunch of us in the Needles and Grooves community got copies? I might be broke right now, but there is somebody that lucked out and got the web store, and he also undercut a scalper.
Nice.
He got it for about $50. He said, it's probably more than you want to pay, but I got to get my money back on this. And I'm like, fair enough. But I had said, if in the time it takes me to make a decision where I have enough money, probably around Christmas time, to get this for myself, sell it to somebody else who deserves it.
Yeah, I totally get you.
But
don't wait on me.
Don't wait on me. But if I happen to get say $20 for Christmas, I'll be willing to fork over the other 30 and pay the 50 to this guy, because I know these people. I talk to them almost every day. So I know I ain't gonna get ripped off.
Yeah, I get that. That's what, I get so kind of weird about online. I don't like ordering stuff like that because I'm like, man, what if this person's just ripping me off? I've been ripped off so many times.
Oh, yeah. But if it's somebody that, I've talked to quite a bit and kind of got a rapport with them, and I know one of the site admins will kick their ass if they decide to be an ass to me.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why my best friend brought me on, yes, he happens to be an admin on the site, but I know he's got my back because we've been friends forever. Like back in the Paramore fan club days, we've been friends.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been friends forever. I know he got my back.
There you go.
But this is also the same site that gave me, for Christmas, Guppy, Amy Winehouse, Zola Jesus, and a Charlie Brown Christmas as a Christmas gift.
Boom.
So I know these people like to go overboard, especially if they kind of know. It was a Secret Santa, and you have to spend at least X amount, but you could go over. I got the over. I still don't know who this person was, and I wish I could personally thank them. That was probably one of the biggest gifts I've ever gotten.
That's really awesome, though.
So, one last little nugget of things before we move on to the main subject. I have hope or I would hope, that Taylor thinks of her international audience, because this was US only.
Ooh.
But another positive. I happened to see on Twitter that somebody found a second copy, and she says, please contact me if you're international. I'm going to mail this to you.
See, there you go.
I retweeted so fast, it was like you couldn't even see me.
There you go. See, I love people like that.
Yep.
That'll order an extra copy and try and give it to somebody international who can't get it.
Yep. And you know what? If that happened to be this, I'd be the same way. I would pay, for the shipping. There was something like I could at least help with the shipping. I would literally be like, no, I'm giving this to you for free. And I'm paying the highest priority shipping, and you better sign for it so I make sure it gets to you.
There you go.
Because the USPS, UPS, and FedEx be tripping right now.
Yeah, even on a good day, they be tripping.
Do you want to hear my horror story?
Oh, I have plenty.
So, y'all know about my Pretty Reckless almost getting destroyed in the rain.
Uh-huh.
So, I had to send off my Joy-Con for my Switch because the ZL trigger wasn't working. So, I thought they said it would be about a week turnaround, this or that, and the minute it came in, it went back out. I thought, oh, crap, it's not covered. So, I thought, okay, if it's not covered, I can get the parts and fix it myself, right?
Uh-huh.
They sent it second day error on the 4th. I did not get it until the 12th.
Man.
Second day air my ass.
Yeah, that's how I feel. They don't care. They just get it there when they can.
Have you seen the videos floating around of the package rolling on the travel belt?
Yeah.
That's what was happening. I was convinced that was happening in my Joy-Con. But good news is they sent it back working perfectly.
Well, hey, that's good.
So now I have something to play for Record Store Day, and that will lead us into our main conversation for this podcast.
Ooh.
What a segue.
Record Store Day. Boop, boop.
Okay, so if you remember, we were talking about our Record Store Day a couple of episodes ago, where we had talked that they were breaking it up into 3 days. So basically, also, if they do Record Store Day Black Friday, which is still up in the air right now, there will be 4 Record Store Days this year. Ow, my wallet.
I know.
So, it's broken up into 3 days. We're both going to talk about what we kind of want and what we're hoping to get. Because of events that have happened in the past couple of weeks, I can only participate in one. However, I feel like this is a money grab situation, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is that the idea behind this was that because of all that was happening with the pandemic, that record stores could not afford a full-blown record store day. I know one record shop I watched on YouTube says they put down like $60,000 for the day, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I can understand where they're coming from. But instead of spacing it out for every 2 months, all right, you got your record store day August, you got your record store day September, October, November. It feels like a money grab, honestly. I think that was basically the labels doing that.
Yeah, I don't know, that thought kind of occurred to me. I get why they wanted to break it down to kind of keep people away. But to me, I feel like they put a lot of the same kind of releases like scattered. Like they
Yep.
didn't really make like one day was a lot of the rock and pop stuff. One day was some of the country or
Yep.
metal or whatever. Like I feel like they really spread them out and put big ticket items at all 3 dates. It's like they want you to go to all 3 record store day drops and then possibly Black Friday Record Store Day.
Yeah, the main thing I wanted was move to Black Friday Record Store Day. That's
Yeah, the My Chemical
My
Romance.
Chemical Romance. Yep, that was my main grab.
So sad about that.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Even if they do like a smaller, even smaller version of Record Store Day for Black Friday, it is what it is. But it just honestly, if you felt like Record Store Day was a money grab in the past, this feels like a major money grab now.
Yeah.
But we're going to move to the positives. So, would you like to go first?
Yeah, do you want to start with our list and then kind of go into talking a little bit about the stores, or do you want to talk about the stores first? Like some tips.
Let's talk our list, and then we will do our hints and tips, because we don't know at this point on something. So, you go ahead and go first. Right. Are you looking to get things on all 3 days? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna eventually go to all 3 dates.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly the 2 dates I'm really excited about are the August and October dates. And then Jared has a few things he wants that is on the September date. There's one thing that I want that's kind of like a maybe. So I know we'll go to all 3 just because, you know, he collects records too, which for those of you who don't know, Jared's my fiance. But he collects records too, and this is a day that we enjoy together every year since we've been together. And I really want, you know, to go and get things that he wants as well and not just think of my dates. But we have a date, like we have something for each date, honestly, essentially between us all. And I think it would be appropriate to go to all just to kind of see what's going on. And, you know, maybe we'll see something cool that catches our eye that we didn't see on the list or something like that. I always like going and supporting our local store, you know, the usual. But the August date, I have 2 that I'm really excited about. Like in my top 3, Def Leppard is getting a release of their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performance. And we all know I'm a big Queen fanatic. I don't think I even have to mention that.
Nope.
But Brian May played with Def Leppard during this performance. And Ian Hunter did as well, which we kind of discussed this in the last podcast, but I've kind of recently gotten into Ian Hunter. And so that was really cool. That's one thing that's at the top of my list. Another thing at the top of my list is the Elton John self-titled album. This one's really cool. It's a double LP on purple vinyl. And what's really cool about this one is it has the 2016 remastered version of the album on the first LP. And then the second LP is full of bonus tracks and unreleased demos, which is the main reason I'm wanting the album, because I love Elton John. I have the majority of his studio albums, the ones that are accessible and not ridiculously priced anyway. And I already have a copy of this album. I have an original US pressing. So if it was just a reissue, I would have passed. But since it does have those bonus tracks and demos, I felt like I really needed it, even though I honestly probably don't.
I feel you on that.
And then the September date, this is the maybe one. It is Mott the Hoople, The Golden Age of Rock and Roll, which I kind of mentioned Ian Hunter earlier. I had no idea that Ian Hunter was the front man of Mott the Hoople for a little bit before they went through some changes. Now, you guys know I just said I'm a Queen fan. They opened for Mott the Hoople, and I recently have started listening to Mott the Hoople. I had went to a record store and seen some of their records for the first time in person. They're not very common where I live, and I've just never seen them in person. And I never really thought to listen to Mott the Hoople, but I'm like, you know, I love Queen. They obviously kind of have to be along the same wavelength because they toured together back in the early days. And so I picked it up, and then when I got home and started looking at
the album, I realized I know the name Ian Hunter. Have I listened to Ian Hunter before this? No, but I knew the name. And so now I've been diving into the Mott the Hoople and Ian Hunter
Mm-hmm.
solo project kind of stuff. And this is a double LP. It's on blue vinyl, and it is their CBS Records recordings. I believe it's got like all the young dudes. I think a couple other things. I'm not super familiar with Mott the Hoople yet.
Mm-hmm.
So excuse me if I'm like just spouting stuff that's not right. But
I can look up for you while you're doing that. Was that the September date or was that the August date?
yeah, it's the September date.
All right. Keep going and I will get that information for you.
But yeah, anyway, I'm still kind of getting into them, so that's kind of why it's a maybe. And then there are 3 that I want for the October date. Another one of my top tier wants was the Alice Cooper live from the Apollo Theater in Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a live performance from his Special Forces tour. We all know I'm a big Alice Cooper fan.
Oh, yeah.
I try and get those Alice Cooper releases every record store day. They usually, for the past couple years, have been doing at least some form of Alice Cooper release. Mm-hmm. Last record store day, we had 2. So, you know, I'm glad we're getting another one. Also, we have a really cool reissue of Slave to the Grind by Skid Row. It's the expanded edition. It's the first time it's been on vinyl in 29 years, and it comes with 4 bonus tracks. It's on red vinyl. I'm super excited about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of Skid Row. I love Sebastian Bach. He's a super cool dude. I actually got to meet him.
Nice.
He's super cool. And he actually signed his biography that he wrote, or autobiography, I guess, since he wrote it.
Nice.
But he signed it, which was really cool, and super huge fan of him. And the last one, this one's also kind of a maybe on the October date. It's the Rolling Stones Metamorphosis.
Right.
It's going to be on green vinyl, and it's, you know, outtakes, rarities, demos, that kind of stuff. And it comes with an iron-on of the album art, which is, I think, the thing pushing me to it the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not the biggest Stones fan, if I'm being honest.
Me neither.
I'm a casual listener. I've never been huge into them. I know people that are obsessed and love them, and I'm just kind of casual. So if a big, huge Stones fan wants it, I will more than likely give it up. But I feel like there's enough, because there are 7,600 of these, so I feel like that's kind of enough to be like, you know, they'll get it if they want it, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's not super limited, so. And that's my list.
Mott the Hoople, Golden Age of Rock and Roll, does have all the young dudes on it.
Okay, see, that's what I was thinking.
Yep. It is. I'm on Bull Moose right now, and it is very blue, and it is awesome.
Oh, of course. Make me want it even more. Take my money, record store day.
Take my money, record store day. First of all, shout out to Bull Moose. They have been our go-to guide every single record store day. We tout them every single time we talk record store day.
I literally downloaded the prices. Like, I just took and transferred the prices over to my little sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I always do an Excel spreadsheet of what I want every year. And I always put the prices so that way I know a rough estimate. Now, they're not always the same.
Right. And
they're within a couple dollar differences, either less or more. But they're always very, very similar to my record store prices.
Yes.
So I really like that I get the idea of how much I'm going to be spending.
Yep. So first things first, for the Australian record store day, Triple J is a radio station down there, and they like to do what's called like a version. So they'll have an artist come in and perform one or two of their famous songs, and then they have to perform a cover. Well, y'all know how much I love Alex Leahy. She is a great artist from down there. She has 2 albums out, The Best of Luck Club, which just barely missed being album of the year, and I Love You Like a Brother, which is an amazing debut album. Mm-hmm. So she did a cover of Welcome to the Black Parade. It's amazing. If any of y'all have a chance, go look up her cover of Welcome to the Black Parade. I highly encourage it because she does such a good job. So I was thinking I wasn't going to be able to get this until there were some wonderful people that you can introduce me to on Discord.
Yay!
And we have a correspondent down under that says, I'm going to keep a lookout for you.
Oh, is Sean gonna keep a lookout?
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's so nice.
Yeah, I don't know. What I might have to do is, if it's crazy on shipping, I might have to do a half and half. Because I want to pay for this.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know how much shipping is going to be. I'm like, if it's $40 shipping, what I might have to do is, here's $20 now. And whatever it is. And then here's the other half. Get it to me. I don't even care if it comes around Christmas.
Yeah.
Like I said, with some things that are kind of coming out, that $50 towards Taylor Swift, I might not want that because Alex Leahy might be in my future.
Ooh.
If I don't get it,
There you go.
if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world.
Uh-huh.
None of these things that I'm looking at, if I don't get them, it's the end of the world.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. The only one I feel like that I will cry if I don't get would be like the Def Leppard and Elton John ones, which are the coming week, this next Saturday.
Yeah. I would have thought the Alice Cooper would be the one that you would want the most.
You know, it is. I kind of do want it. It is very close to the top of my list. But I do have several Alice Cooper live albums.
Right.
And, you know, while I love Alice Cooper and while I really like that they're doing these awesome releases,
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would do something else other than just live releases. See,
Yeah.
That's where I get turned off a lot. Is there are a lot of bands or artists that I really enjoy on the list, but then it's just all this live stuff. And for me, I like live albums, but I'm not one of those people that just obsesses over live albums.
Right.
And if I have one or two by the band, then I'm usually okay.
Yeah.
So.
No shade to anybody who loves collecting live albums.
Oh yeah, not at all. Like everybody has their thing that they love to collect.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I like a good live album every once in a while, but I listen to more studio albums than I do live albums. And if I'm connected with a live album, like my good friend Dylan over at the Record Spinner, he did a video today on live albums that he was on that tour. So like Motley Crue, The End.
Yeah.
He went to go see that tour and he had that record and he was talking about his experience and stuff. And so I feel like I have a special connection with those albums that I have on vinyl that I've been to see on that tour. But I'm just not a huge live album person.
Yeah.
I like to see concerts, but I would rather go see the concert than just hear it on a record.
Unless you're actually there.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Then it's a memory, you know?
Yeah, it's not on vinyl, but you know I've talked about this in the past, how Pearl Jam does their bootleg series. They record every single show they've been to. Well, I have the recording from my concert. Do you know how often I listen to that? Pretty much every day, and it's been 4 years since I saw them.
There you go.
Is it something that I wish would be on vinyl? Yes, but do you know how many discs it would be?
Probably like 2 or 3.
10.
Good. Really?
It's a 3.5 hour. It's almost like a 3-hour show.
Wow.
It would actually, I'm exaggerating here, but it'd probably be at least 5 LPs because they had 3 encores.
Wow.
Yeah, they had 3 encores. Eddie did a whole bunch of dedications at that show. It's honestly my number one concert because of how awesome it was. Or I could say that, you know, when I was up front seeing Paramore. But to me, just because of, yes, it was quantity, but it was quality.
Yeah.
Do you know when there's quality? You know what I mean by quantity, right?
Yeah. I gotcha.
It's like high energy the entire time. Eddie was taken aback by how on time everybody was clapping, how they were singing all together, and those that couldn't sing, those who could sing, they sounded great together. Like, you know, when you have a group of people where it's like, here's the song, but then I'll do a quick beat. Here's the song with the beat. Here's the song with the beat. Here's the song with the beat. It's like bump, bump, bump. You know, where like they're off by one.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
If you want a good example, if you like Volbeat, check out Volbeat's live at Telia Parkin. And they were clapping like this to a song that goes dum 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 da da dum 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 dum. It sounded like that, right?
Oh man.
We were on beats, we were on tone, and guess what? Eddie played the song Lucan, which is normally like a 1.5-minute song.
Mm-hmm.
He sped it up 2 times twice to fuck with us.
Oh wow.
He's like, you know, because it goes, I'm gonna Lucans, like that kind of quick. It's like this kind of beat, because I don't want to flag copyright by me just singing, but this is the kind of beat. I don't know if you can hear that, right? Like that kind of beat, right?
Yeah.
He made it go. He literally sounded like a barking dog. I'm like, he wanted to fuck with us, and it was like the best thing ever. So
that's great.
Steering back, now that we're talking about live albums, one last great live album is Opeth, Garden of the Titans. They recorded live at Red Rocks. One of the best sounding records I have in my collection. Because not only is it pressed, like was it mastered for vinyl, it was recorded at one of the best sounding venues in the country. Country meaning U.S.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to our non-U.S. listeners. So, what do I want?
I don't know, you have a pretty hefty list.
There's 2 main things that I want. And this is all pending if I can get the Alex Leahy or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because Australia Record Store Day happens, that might be our Friday, you know?
Yeah.
But what might happen is he might just grab it anyway, and then I'll just pay him back in increments.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want that. The main thing I want is Denzel Curry did like a version, and he did Bulls on Parade. If you have not heard his version of Bulls on Parade, if you think that song is angry and has a lot of energy, oh my crap. If you think that song has a lot of energy, listen to his cover. Holy crap, he brings so much raw, angry energy to that song that I have to have it. A couple of other things that's kind of like cool to have, not really. And this has kind of been off and on my list. Billie Eilish live. I like her, but I haven't listened to her in a while. So my thought on it lately has been, I don't really need it, you know?
Yeah.
The Denzel Curry is a need for me because of how freaking impressed I was with what he did. A couple of other things that I'm kind of on the fence about. Army of Darkness, you know, great film. Danny Elfman's score. I love me some Danny Elfman. If you don't know who Danny Elfman is, he scored Batman, the Michael Keaton 2 Batman films, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, The Simpsons. If you look up Danny Elfman, you pretty much have heard every single Tim Burton movie ever.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, it's really cool because also Bull Moose posted up on their website, not on their website, their Twitter, little snippets of some of the things that are coming out. Even ones that are coming out at the next date. Somehow, they got the Mortal Kombat early. So he was able to preview it. That's pretty cool. Bastille, All This Bad Blood. I like the one song, but I'm not going to pay, how much is it? Like $30 for
one song?
For one song, even though it's a great album. It's probably a great album. I'm not going to pay that much for that. Billie Eilish is about $20. On the very first record store day I ever went to, I bought 2 things. There was a limited edition Biffy Clyro And the only reason why I bought it was because I thought it looked cool. It's my most played 7-inch because I love it so much. It has Black Chandelier Live on one side and City of Dreadful Night on the other. Well, Biffy Clyro is coming out with Moderns as a 7-inch. I'm just noticing this now. I might have to grab that because my very first record store day was that. So, what is on here? Features the Frightened Rabbit cover, Modern Leaper, and the David Bowie cover, Modern Love. So, I might have to grab that. It's only like $8.
It's not bad.
Who knows? I might just go for the singles this time. I don't know. It's up in the air. Because it's long. Even if I can't get the Denzel Curry, oh well. You know? Yeah. I'm just going to go this time. There's a couple of Bowie things. I'm not too big on Bowie. If Def Leppard means like the only thing that's there, I might actually grab it just because of how much you're hyping it up.
It's like, it is one of my top ones. I literally, if I don't get this one, you will see me bawling. Like, I will have a video up on next Saturday just crying. Just
Let's
saying,
see.
I didn't get Def Leppard.
You're gonna get it. Don't worry. You are gonna get it. You're gonna get it. But she's been hyping it up. It has the Stereo Rock of Ages photograph, Pour Some Sugar on Me, and All the Young Dudes. If I get nothing else, I might just grab this. I'm a casual Def Leppard fan. I've seen them a couple of times live. So that you're kind of pulling me towards that now.
The one time I got to see them live was my 16th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, they killed it. I enjoyed the show.
Oh, yeah. They put on
so hard.
Their show is amazing.
Like I was up in the top, like, third level, and I was deaf. Like, I couldn't imagine the people right on the stage, you know, right on the floor. I cannot imagine how they felt because I was having to yell to, like, talk, and I still couldn't hear myself talk.
I think, it was Def Leppard and Kiss was who I saw together. And
nice.
I'm going to get a little bit of flack. I'm not that big a fan of Kiss.
How dare you?
I'm not trashing on them. I'm just not that big a fan.
No, I get it. It's all good. Like, I'm more casual fan of them, but I mean, they're good. I know a lot of their albums just because my dad's a big Kiss fan.
Yeah.
And you know, I do like a lot of their stuff. So,
you know what album I wish got Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performance? I wish got pressed.
Which one?
Pearl Jam.
That would be probably a really good.
Yeah.
Record, yeah.
Or if you go all the way back to when Yes got inducted, because Geddy Lee got to perform with his heroes. He got to play.
Oh, that's cool.
He got to play bass because, of course, you know, their bass player passed away. So he got to play bass on Roundabout and a couple of, you know, he got to be the bass player for the band that got him inspired. So
that's so cool. I didn't know that. I'm starting to get into Yes now.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't know that. That's super cool.
So if you look up their performance of Roundabout, it is Geddy Lee on bass.
No, how cute.
It's so cool, you know, getting to play with your heroes. The reason I kind of want this one, and I've been listening to it, and I'm leaning more and more towards it, even though it's a little out of my range. This might be my like big thing to get, but it's a soundtrack, and I hear Martin, the record store owner, saying, "You know how I feel about soundtracks," because they don't sell that well at his store.
Yeah.
But it's the Dune soundtrack. Now, it's a colored LP with a 7-inch and an autographed pull-out poster. So, it is it's a limited edition 2000 spice-colored vinyl, because, duh, if you've seen Dune, you know about the spice. David Lynch's 1984 cult film composed by Toto and Brian Eno, so obviously it's going to be electronica 80s. 24 by 24, it says signed, so I'm going to say it's the signed full color poster. Sourced from the original master tapes. Audiophile pressing at RTI. Tell me that ain't record store day in a nutshell. Like, something cool, funky.
I mean, that is a bomb release right there.
Yeah, it's $33 though. But if the thing is, I have $30 in my wallet that I dedicated to this.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever else I was going to get, I was going to just chip a little bit in there. If I happen to get this and it happens to be like $35, then I'll only have to put down the $7 and the inner sleeves that I need. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll probably grab the Denzel Curry too, just because it's like cheap. I'll just put whatever, like 50. If I pay like 15 or $60 extra, I'm fine with that. But the $30 is kind of my main thing. Just because I'm being out there is like I don't have that much left because I have some good news though. With what I said before, but I had to take 2 hotel rooms, once for power outage, and once because I was stuck up at work because I work in the office like about once a month, and it was flooded. I couldn't get home. My job reimbursed me some of it.
That's nice.
I know it's a rare occasion. It's really nice that they did that. So, but it's I still paid a lot of money recently, so I can't go overboard this time. So something like the Surge Jimmy electronica album that they did randomly that I probably would grab, I can't get. I just got to be realistic, you know?
Yeah.
All the picture discs. I feel bad for Lisa Loeb, who's the Record Store Day ambassador, because she got a very bad year to be an ambassador for Record Store Day.
I know, bless her heart.
I know. A couple of the other ones, the Lands of Sensation Delights, the Psych Pop Sounds of White Whale Records. White Whale Records were the label for the Turtles. So this is like a comp of all bunch of 45s that they just tried to throw at radio stations to see if they could get a hit. I'm just shouting this out. I've listened to it. I've tried to. For some reason, I'm maybe not in the right mind to listen to it. Lou Reed and John Cale. This is Songs for Drella. This is, Lou Reed and John Cale were both co-founders of the Velvet Underground. Mm-hmm. It's a tribute to Andy Warhol. Y'all know me. I think I've talked to you about it before. You know how much I like Andy Warhol. How much it kind of like he's from Pittsburgh. He was born in the same area as my grandparents. He's buried next to my grandparents. So I tried listening to it. Maybe I'm not in the right mindset. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't for me initially, but maybe I need to go back and rethink it because you see, there's so much cool stuff here that I have vested interest in. Oh my gosh. We have Motorhead Ace of Spades on a shaped picture disc. How many presses that are not actually black vinyl or normal vinyl are we going to get of Ace of Spades? Come on.
1 billion.
I love that song, but come on, man. Right?
I feel like they do the same kind of Motorhead releases every year.
Yeah, nothing knocking against the, Record Store Day, but come on. Give Lemmy give him the the high fidelity he deserves.
Even Jared shook his head at my comment. He's sitting here listening to me film this podcast, and when I said they do the same stuff every year, he just shook his head like, yeah, I do, because he's a big Motorhead fan too.
Yeah. So Surfer Blood, I was kind of vested interest in that, but I can get a pressing of that for relatively cheap on Discogs. Of course, the Cure picture discs, but the reason I bring these up is they are actually really good quality. All the picture discs that have come out, from what I've heard with them, are pretty good. And then finally, the kind of main one I'm leaning towards, I'm between the Dune one, and then I'm leaning towards the Spoon. This is All the Weird Kids Up Front. This is their secondary, kind of like second half of their greatest hits.
Okay.
I don't have any Spoon in my collection. And even though I'm hearing all the members of that Needles and Grooves forum say, "No, you can get them cheap." I don't have that much money right now. I might want just a couple of songs of Spoon on vinyl just to see if like it might be something that I could venture out. So again, that's what I could get. It's only $22. So
Yeah, that's not bad.
So I'm leaning more towards getting that, the Denzel Curry, and the Biffy Clyro. Or, because it's decently priced, the Def Leppard.
There you go.
You know what? My mind keeps changing every day on what I want. But that you kind of convinced me towards that Def Leppard. I might have to take a little more into that. If I had to pick a couple from the October and the September releases, there's not much. I think the October one was the one that had the Black Sabbath release, like the Black Sabbath cover album. I know.
Remember.
Britney Spears. Oops, I Did It Again. The remixes. Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise. I mean, come on, who doesn't love Coolio? Ellie Goulding, Lights 10. The Alternative Rumors. Group Love is coming out with that picture disc. Man, there's some good stuff on here, but you gotta be realistic in life sometimes.
Yep.
If there's anybody here who's younger and is just coming, up in the world, budgets. That's the thing you're gonna have to learn is budgets.
They're so fun.
Yeah. Oh, I misspoke a moment ago. The September one has the Mortal Kombat, and Nativity in Black was the main kind of, like, if I had to pick like the main kind of cool funky thing that'd be nice to have, but I'm not going to beat down the door, is the Nativity in Black, which is the Black Sabbath cover albums.
Oh, okay.
If anybody's out there is listening, my friend, you know who you are. Maybe that might be a good Christmas gift. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Not you. You know who I'm talking about.
I gotcha.
Basically, Black Sabbath comp was never released to vinyl in the U.S. It hit gold and features the one only performance of The Wizard by the Bullring Brummies. Basically, it's Rob Halford from Judas Priest, Scott Wino, Winkers from The Obsessed and Vitus, and fight guitarist Brian Tills, and Geezer Butler and Bill Ward from Black Sabbath. So you have Ozzy singing on this, and Megadeth's cover of Paranoid. Oh man, I forgot about that. Damn it. So who's on it? Biohazard, White Zombie, Megadeth, Ozzy Osbourne with Therapy, Corrosion of Conformity, Sepultura, and Typo Negative. I have a decision to make here. Even though I took this vacation to go for that, I might have to wait. I'll make that decision soon. Because I might have to get that. Don't you hate it when you notice something and it's like, darn it. That's one thing I have to say about these 3 days is you're making it harder for us. Do you agree?
I know. Yeah. I keep hearing you talk about all these releases and I'm like, man, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
But I'm being realistic. Do I want... Which one am I probably going to listen to more? Probably the Spoon one, if I'm being honest. Mm-hmm. Is that Black Sabbath one a cool novelty? Yes, but how often am I going to listen to it?
Yeah.
And
that's what I feel like a lot of record store day stuff is.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen it, I don't know what day it's on. Where is it? So you know how I have that release of Polaris music from the songs Pete and Pete, TV show I grew up watching. They are re-releasing it. They're supposed to have been re-releasing it. I don't know what day it's on, but they are supposed to be re-releasing it as like a special new version. If you don't have that, that's probably one I would suggest getting if you're on the fence about something. Of course, Warren Zevon is on the last thing here. I'm actually going to, when I'm in my record shop, see if my store has any Warren Zevon. Because if I do the Spoon and that, I might just grab, like, if he has a Warren Zevon, just kind of make it a package thing. Because what I'll probably do is just put a little bit extra down, because it's like whatever I have plus there. Because you know me, I go overboard.
Yeah.
I think both of us go overboard, but I
think we all do at some point.
It's just the fun of the day. It is the fun of the day. But speaking of the fun of the day, do you want to go into our tips?
Yeah. I guess the biggest one, especially for this year, is to communicate with your local record store.
Yes.
Usually local record stores go all out, have live music, giveaways.
Breakfasts, in my case, my store.
Yeah, a lot of stores do breakfast. Ours usually has like donuts or like a local shop, like bakery or something come out.
Mm-hmm.
This year they're having a local donut shop that's kind of new. This donut shop just basically does pop-ups at like local businesses every weekend. And I've been wanting to try their donuts for a while, and I've just not done it. So
You're
I'm
getting
very
the
excited.
chance.
I'm probably gonna get a donut from them next week. I'm really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they usually have these big fun plans.
Yep.
And now they're not getting to do that because of COVID.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing this year is call ahead. Last weekend, we went to our local store and we asked like what changes were going to be made, how he was going to go about Record Store Day. He said he was still going to do like some giveaways and stuff like that. And he was going to have the donuts there for breakfast, and he's actually having a local guy that does barbecue stuff for lunch if people are still there. And what he basically said is he's still going to let people line up outside, but he's going to have like little marks 6 feet apart so people don't get crowded. And he can only allow 10 people in at a time because his store is so small. But you're only going to be allowed to look at the Record Store Day related stuff and buy that and then go out. And then once everybody kind of gets in and goes through the Record Store Day stuff, he's going to allow people to go in for normal shopping to get discounts on the new and used records like usual.
Okay.
He just doesn't want people to be in there for like an hour at a time going through stuff, because you know how some people are.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
go through every bin in the store, and then you're not getting people flowing in and out.
Nope.
So, you know, he thinks that's the easiest way. And I thought that was a really good idea as well. You know, he's going to have masks for everybody who doesn't have one.
Nice.
He's making sure there's gloves and sanitizer, and he's really doing, I think, everything he can to make this as seamless as possible.
Yep.
But your record store might be different from mine and what they're doing, so call and check. And with each drop date, because we don't know what the future is going to hold, it could go back to normal more so than, you know, or it could go back and you might have to sit in your car. Who knows?
Yeah. Check with your store. Check their social media. I know with my store, they post kind of, oh, we're doing the same thing as usual or what have you. With my store, usually what we have is a buffet breakfast with live music and giveaways. Probably not going to happen this time. Even if they do happen to have the breakfast, I might not actually do it. Unless they have people like 10 feet apart and they bring you a plate.
Yeah.
That might be the only way I do it. I would prefer if I just get there really early and get my number and then just sit in my car. Because I will bring my Nintendo Switch and I will play that all the couple hours until it takes till I get there. You know?
There you go.
Yeah, just check with their budget. Check recordstoreday.com and check bullmoose.com to make sure you know what is coming out on what day and how much they're going to be. We've said it before. We're going to say it again. Check Bull Moose. Check Bull Moose. Check Bull Moose. You don't want to be caught with, oh, no, I don't have enough because I didn't check Bull Moose.
Yeah. And also, don't feel worried if your record store doesn't have one of your favorite albums or one of your most wanted. Check Bull Moose. Is it the Sunday after this year that they're doing it, the Monday after?
I think they said Sunday they're going to do it.
They usually post their extra stock, and it's usually the Sunday or Monday after, but this year I think it might be Sunday. They always post their extra leftover stock so you can get stuff from their website, and they are trustworthy. I've used Bull Moose not only for Record Store Day purchases, but just for other purchases as well.
Right. Yeah, most definitely. I'm checking their site. Yeah, like we said, follow the rules, budget out, and this is fun. Be sure to just go there and have some fun.
Yeah. That's the biggest rule of Record Store Day, I feel like, is to enjoy the day and enjoy supporting your local store.
Yeah, and social, if you want to be social with people, do it distantly. Just do it. We're not here to be political and argue. Wear your mask. Think of your fellow collector.
Yeah, our store's not letting people in unless they are masked up.
Yeah.
So, and they're saying to at least have one bin space between you. I don't know how they'll space out the records, because usually what he does is he clears out a couple bins and puts Record Store Day releases, like just a mix of random Record Store Day releases, in a bin on each side. He has 4 different sections of bins. And so usually on each side, he'll have at least 1 or 2 sections of just random stuff. So I don't know how he'll go about doing that this year. He usually posts a lot of stuff on the wall as well. But I don't know how he'll go about doing, like, setting it up. I just know how he's going to let us all in and go through the stuff. So I don't know if he'll essentially just have like a couple of small bins that he brings up to let people go through, because that will resist the urge to go through other bins that aren't Record Store Day stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know he said he wanted to limit that, and I get why he wants to limit that, because he doesn't want to say you have 10 minutes to shop and check out and get out before the next group can come in. I get it, because you don't want to rush people, but at the same time, you want to let everybody have their fair chance at getting their Record Store Day stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one this year.
It is.
But we went on a couple of episodes ago saying we were fine with not having it, and now it's coming up. So, you know what? I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we're having it, but at the end of the day, I feel like they could have just made one big Black Friday Record Store Day. And just these releases were already pressed or in the making of finishing up production. And I feel like they could have just pushed it back to Black Friday, considering how late we're getting to have Record Store Day.
Yeah.
Maybe add on a couple releases, like couple Christmas stuff, because Black Friday does usually have a lot of the Christmas stuff.
Yep, and it's a lot more like well-known people.
Yeah.
And I could get why they decided to shift to the My Chemical Romance, because My Chemical Romance is making a resurgence. So we might as well have that be on the Black Friday, so you go out and pay the monies, yes?
Yeah, of course. You want to go.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would have been probably a better option.
Yeah. I agree. Even Martin, the record store owner, when I was talking to him last, we all agreed this should have really been Black Friday. But it is what it is. I'm glad he's participating. Even if he just does the one, you know?
Yeah.
I'll tell him up front I can only do the one. I wish I could go to all 3, but what I'll do is I'll just send the word around.
Yep. I am going to try and go to all 3.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll get stuff we want.
Yep.
If not, I'm not going to make such a big deal about it because of the circumstances this year. So
I'm deciding not to go to all 3, just out of like timing and budget. And speaking of budget, so there was a special album that came out 30 years ago this week. That is Facelift by Alice in Chains. That is a record that has been a holy grail for a lot of people. It's been a white whale for a lot of people. You would get, sometimes you'd have to go get a bootleg of it. Well, it looks like they are reissuing it this year.
That's nice.
So, am I mad about losing out on the Taylor Swift now? No. At the
Priorities.
possibility of getting Alex Leahy, I'm okay. I am honestly okay.
There you go.
The only thing that worries me about that 7-inch is how much is it going to cost to get over here?
You know, honestly, since it would be a pretty small package, it shouldn't be too bad.
Probably like $20.
Yeah, it shouldn't be awful.
Yeah.
Because I know I've shipped stuff to the UK before, and small boxes usually aren't too bad.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I've not shipped to Australia or anything, but they both are international, so
Yeah.
international fees. But I don't feel like it should be
No.
awful to get it because it's not going to weigh a whole lot. It's a
No.
7-inch.
Yeah, it's
pretty small.
Yeah, you could probably pack like a whole bunch. You could probably wrap it 3 times and bubble wrap it and not cost that much to ship it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still pressing it or not, to be honest, but we have a correspondent down there that's going to look for me, so.
That's awesome.
I know I should probably Google this. I'll Google it. Sorry, not Google it. Search it because of stuff that's going on. So, what am I going to say? Bing it? It's kind of crazy thinking about, oh, let's Google it. Oh, I want a Kleenex. I know you're still in college, but when I was talking about, when I was learning about the business, you know, brand recognition, you know, I don't want a facial tissue. I want a Kleenex.
Yep.
Oh, let's Bing it. No, let's, I want to go, I need you to look online. No, let's Google it. It's the brand recognition type thing, you know?
Yep.
But this is in Business Weekly. We are not experts. We don't claim to be experts. Do you have any closing thoughts?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good too. And I think this take 2 is actually turning out to be a little bit more fun now that I have a little bit more knowledge.
I know. I feel like we've learned a little bit since the first recording of this.
Yes, we have, and we've condensed some of our thoughts too, I think.
Yeah, and we're not salty about having to record this a second
No.
time at all.
I was worried you were going to be angry about it. But...
Oh no, I laughed so hard. Oh my gosh.
Because it literally was just like, oh, yeah,
that's great.
I might actually have to send you just the file of you just hearing my side, because I wish you could have seen my face. I was like, no.
Like on those Bounty paper towel commercials where they spill
Yes.
something and they're like, not the white furniture,
No! Not the dumpling. The dog ate the last dumpling. Well, I think, you know, we said our piece. You know, there's still a lot out there. Be safe. Be kind to your fellow person. Screw the scalpers. Seriously. Seriously, y'all suck. I know I need some more water, so I'm going to go grab that after we're done recording here. Anybody who's listening and has gotten to this point, hydrate up. Hydration is important because we all know it's hot out there right now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And if anybody is listening on the Gulf Coast, I'm thinking about you right now. Thoughts, prayers, good vibes. Because if you haven't noticed, there's 2 storms heading towards that way.
Yeah, I've heard about
Yeah.
that.
So if you're listening to this just before the storms, we're thinking about you. If you're listening to this during the storms, we're thinking about you. Be safe. Listen to your local governments. If you have to evacuate, evacuate.
Be smart.
Not smart, smart.
Smart.
S-M-O-R-T or S-M-U-R-T. Just be kind to yourself and others. And if you're going through a lot right now, just know we all are. You're not alone. When the waters get rough, keep on sailing. I say it in every single thing. Dory says keep on swimming. I say keep on sailing. I believe in you. I know if you don't believe it right now and you just need to hear it, you are loved. I believe in you. There's help out there for you. Do not feel alone in this. And with that, we look forward to hearing from you next time. Well, speaking to the ether and you listening next time.
Yeah. We look forward to talking to each other and you listening to us.
Yes. And it's kind of weird, though. Last closing thing with a podcast. We're talking to each other thinking, oh, there's an audience out there listening. And then when we don't talk, there's silence.
Yeah.
So with that, be kind to yourself, love one another, and we will be looking forward to you in the next podcast.